What's going on, guys? My name is Jesse and we are back with another video, and we are gonna do Hunger Games. Guys, Hunger Games. If you don't love Hunger Games, you're freaking crazy, man, because Hunger Games is insane. We're gonna do a little book to movie comparison. We're not gonna do it the way we've been doing it because this is gonna be a long ass video, so we're gonna do it. There's gonna be only spoilers, so if you haven't read Hunger Games, you haven't watched the movie, get on out of here, drop a like because you love me or you hate me, and drop a thumbs down if you hate me, it's all good. We're gonna do spoilers only, so you've been warned. Just a quick notice before, we're gonna be doing an upload schedule now. It's gonna be Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. I'll be putting it in the description below with my Twitter as well, which is the Undercover Space Book Nerd. Follow me on there if you're not following, because I follow back, man. I follow back, okay? Follow me on there. Today we're gonna do Hunger Games. It's spoilers ahead, so you've been warned, okay? I've said it already twice. Alright, let's do it. Like I said, we're gonna lump these together, book and movie. We're talking about mainly the book, and then we're gonna do some movie stuff along the way. Alright, let's jump right into it. The Hunger Games. Why I think the Hunger Games took off the way it did, mainly is because, number one, the super strong female lead, okay? Strong, independent woman. She gets no help in this book. She's on her own. She hunts for her family. Even when we get into the Hunger Games stuff, they take Peeta away from her for the first half of the Hunger Games, and you realize that she could do this on her own. So you get the one strong female lead, okay? Number two, the Hunger Games premise. Okay, the premise of the Hunger Games is insane, okay? This is one of the best premises I've ever heard, okay? Let's talk about it for a quick second. What is it to me when I saw the trailer of the Hunger Games? Because I missed the hype on the book, I didn't read it until I saw the trailer of the movie. Because I'm always behind, okay? Always. When you see the trailer of the Hunger Games and you've never heard of it, you look at that and you go, this is the Olympics of death. And everybody loves the Olympics, including myself. And the Olympics featuring death with Jennifer Lawrence, you're like, okay, yeah, I'm there, dude. I ain't missing that shit. Not a chance, bro. So I love the premise. So premise, strong female lead, boom, you got a super successful franchise, okay? So if you can get those two things, you're good. But if you can't, might as well just give up now. Just become a booktuber, because we're better at reviewing books anyways. All right, let's jump right into it. At first, for this first little bit here, I want to talk about Katniss and her relationships, because I feel like this book, above all else, is about relationships. Katniss's relationships in specific. So we got Katniss and Gale at the beginning, and you get the kind of brother-sister vibe at first, and then you realize, wait, okay, there might be a little bit of romance in here as well. And I like Gale. He's a very strong male character, but I definitely prefer Peeta, and I'm glad that we get Peeta's... We'll go into it once we get there. We get Peeta's side as well. We got Katniss and her mom, which is a very rocky relationship. You get it that Katniss hates her mom for reasons that are obvious, that she checked out when her dad died, and Katniss had to take care of Prim and her mom. So she really despises her mom for that, and she only sticks around for Prim. You got Katniss and Prim, which is the mother-daughter relationship of this book. Even though they are sisters, Katniss treats Prim as if she is her daughter. And then you got Katniss and Peeta. Katniss and Peeta are the most complex relationship in this book, but it's obvious that Peeta is in love with Katniss, and Katniss likes Peeta and could be tipped in the direction of loving Peeta. Okay, let's jump into it. The beginning of the book is mostly exposition. And it's a little slow for sure for me. I mean, especially if you're rereading it, you really just want to. All right, let's go, man. Let's get to the Hunger Game shit, right? Until you get to the part where Peeta is throwing Katniss the bread, okay? Once you get to that point, you're like, okay, wait a minute. This is starting to pick up speed. And I kind of want to just skip all of that stuff because this video is going to be super long. So let's jump right into the reaping. I feel like the reaping is the most emotional part of this whole book for me personally, even though the rude death scene is terrible. It's terrible to see a loss of life at that young age, especially when Katniss is growing attached to her. I feel like it's very emotional, but the reaping for me is the most emotional. Okay, especially in the movie, in the book as well. The reaping You feel the urgency and the tension, especially with Katniss. When Primrose gets picked and called by Effie Trinket, you feel the urgency, and it's so slow and it's so intentional. You can't help but love it. And especially in the movie and the book as well, it's so slow through there, and you're like, Katniss, come on, do something. Like, she's gone, she's already walking up the stage, and then finally Katniss like spits it out like, I volunteer as tribute. And you're like, wait, is it too late? Is it gonna make it? Because it's still being slow, and you're like, come on, man, what's gonna happen? You know. And you get to Katniss is gonna be the tribute, and she's walking up the stage, and Prim is crying. And then you get that great scene where Gale comes in and grabs her and goes, up you go, Catnip. And you're like, oh man, he's on the verge of crying, and I'm on the verge of crying. And then you get up there, and it's still slow. It's still slow, and it's so wonderfully slow. Like, it's hard to describe how wonderful the slowness of this is, and it's deliberate. So you get up there, and Effie Trinket's like, yeah, let's give a round of applause for our first tribute. And you're like, wait, what? You know, you're like, wait, what? And then you get to the point, and then the crowd is not applauding, and then you get the famous Hunger Games 3 finger salute, right? And it's so emotional for me, especially. I get goosebumps every time I watch it. I've seen the movie 10 times at least, and I get goosebumps every time I see it. It's so good. Suzanne Collins is so smart, man. The way she draws out those moments and really pulls on your emotions is just insane. So I really love that. I always get the feels when I get to that moment in the movie and the book. I love that in the movie. Well, I love in the book that you get the Mom and Prim visit, the Gale visit, the mayor's daughter visit, and then Peeta's father. I feel like you lose something when you don't get Peeta's father in the book and the movie, and you don't get the mayor's daughter either. But she's kind of an expendable character to me. I really, I mean, she's only there to give Katniss the Mockingjay pen for sure. But I really enjoy getting Peeta's father. You get Peeta's father in the book, and he gives her the bread, and you get that scene, and you feel like it's over, and then he goes, I'll make sure that your sister won't starve. Right? This is the girl, you know, he doesn't even say his sister. And you get that real feeling like, okay, wait, we got Gale, we got Peeta's dad, they're gonna save my family. I don't need to worry about that. I just need to focus on making it through the Hunger Games. So I really enjoy that scene. Getting to the Capitol, meeting Cinna, doing the girl on fire thing in the chariot is real candy to me. It's real light. You don't really feel the stakes, even though there are some serious stakes beneath it. It's real light and candy, and it's kind of quick, and you're just kind of going through training scenes, and you're just like, okay, all right, I like where this is going. And then it really feels, you really start to feel the stakes once it gets to the night before they go into the games. You get Peeta and Katniss on the roof, and you get that first feeling that Peeta is like, how do we put it, the most good person in the world. Like, if you don't love Peeta, you're fucking crazy, because the way Suzanne Collins writes him is to where you love him. You know, my fiance loves him, I love him, I love Katniss more, but you know, that's just because Jennifer Lawrence is freaking gorgeous. Okay, all right, let's talk about it. What he says is, and I really like this line, is, I don't care if I die, okay? I'm faced with the real chance of my death. And as long as I die who I am, and not for the Capitol, I'm okay with it. And that's when you get the first crack in Katniss's facade of saying that she doesn't care about Peeta and she's gonna kill him if she has to. You get that first crack, you know? And I really like that. It kind of plants the seed that, like, hey, Peeta's a great guy, and you can't kill him because he's just too good of a person. When we get into the Hunger Games, man, it picks up. It picks up so fast, and it just boom, 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 and we go, 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 go. Especially you get those first like 10 deaths at the beginning, you know, it's just like cannon, 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 and you don't even know these characters, and it's just going, you're just like, oh my god, I can't stop, you know. And then I really like the way the pacing is during the beginning of the Hunger Games, and then it slows down. I don't feel like we need to talk about the beginning too much, I mean, I really like, I've talked about it already at the beginning, I really like how she pulls Peeta out away from Katniss so Katniss can be the center and the strong independent woman without any help. And then when she does get help, it's in another female character, and that's when the book slows down again. And it's important because you're going fast, really fast, and you need to just slow it down just a little bit. And what Rue does, Rue brings you back into humanity, okay? Because you're in the Hunger Games, right? It's about survival, okay? You're willing to kill other people because you need to survive. It's a survival instinct, fight or flight. And Katniss is a fighter, right? So you get to the part where you get Rue, and it really brings you back. It puts your feet back on the ground. It brings you back into humanity, right? And you start to, you know, they're like cooking dinner and they're making plans, and shit starts to really feel more human to me, or humane, I guess is the proper word. So I think that's very smart the way Suzanne Collins wrote that. Alright, let's keep going. Once we get into the Rue death scene in the movie, it's almost page for page or word for word. But I really like the actress who's playing Rue, and then Jennifer Lawrence's performance is just so good. You get to the part where Rue dies, and it's so slow again, and it's Suzanne Collins, it's so smart. And in the movie they mute all the audio, and it's just so slow, and you can't believe it. And you almost think for a second that Katniss isn't going to pull herself out of this. It's so desperate and despair, and you're just like, oh my god, we're never going to get over this, right? And I really just, it takes your whole world that you just got used to. You're like, okay, wait, we're out of this Hunger Games thing a little bit, we got a partner, we're going to make this happen, and boom, just tear it all up, blow it all up, you know? So I really like that. And then you get back, and then you get the announcement that there's going to be able to have 2 winners. Shout out to Haymitch. Haymitch is the man. I fucking love Haymitch. I wish we can get a book about how Haymitch won his Hunger Games. I'm so interested in that. I mean, we got a little short one, I think, in the Mockingjay where he found the force field and he killed a bunch of people through the force field. But the fact that he won a quarter quill, oh god, I want to see a book on that so bad. I love Haymitch, man. Okay, let's keep going here. When Katniss finds Peeta and they get into the cave, it's very similar to the Rue stuff, except now there's romance involved. Okay, so I really enjoy the romance stuff with Peeta and Katniss, especially once we get into the scenes and the set of scenes where Peeta is like professing his love for her because he thinks that she loves him even though she's doing this to survive. You gotta remember, Katniss is a survivor. Her life is more important than anything else until the end of this book. Okay? Until we get to the end where she's ready to sacrifice herself with the berries. Her life is the most important thing to her, okay? So she's willing to do whatever she has to do. Kiss Peeta, whatever. Lead him on, whatever. And then it's not until Catching Fire that you realize that she really could love him. But you get to the love professing of Peeta, and you just can't help but love him. He's like a little fucking puppy dog, and you're like, dude, come here, let me pet you a little bit because you were just so goddamn sad. I love you. Okay? And I hate that he's written that way a little bit because I feel like Peeta is a strong character and you get that later. But in the beginning you have to write him this way because you have to have a reason for Katniss to not love him right away. And I think that's it. It's that he's a puppy dog, and even though Katniss does love him and she doesn't know it yet, he's not demanding her love, you know what I mean, by being a puppy dog. A sad little puppy dog, nonetheless. But I love Peeta, and I love that Peeta Katniss romance stuff. Okay, once we get to we can just skip the final battle. I don't really care too much about it. I mean, I like the Hunger Games stuff, but to me, the first Hunger Games book is about Katniss and Peeta and Katniss and her relationships. So once we get to the part where Katniss and Peeta have won the Hunger Games, and they're like, hey, look, you can't win. We're only taking one winner. You guys got to fight it out to the death. You get to the berry scene, and you get that glimpse of Peeta closing her hand. No. And then you get that callback, man. I'm going to do Mockingjay as well, but you get that callback at the end of Mockingjay when she's going to take the Nightlock pill, and then Peeta's like, no. And you're like, get that callback back to the first movie and book, and you're just like, god damn it, dude, the chills. I got the chills right now, man. I can't get them off me. Okay, get those things off me. I got to finish this video. It's getting long. All right, let's wrap it up here. Okay, the berry scene is very smart. It gives our characters an out without making it super cheesy, okay? There's only one complaint I have with the berries, and that is PETA is taking the berries because he can't live without Katniss. Katniss is taking the berries because she can't live with the system. Okay? So you gotta realize that Katniss is not doing it for love, PETA is doing it for love, okay? So that's the only problem I have with the scene. I feel like it's not quite on the surface. I think most people think PETA took the berries either because Katniss asked him to, or because he doesn't believe in the system. But PETA took the berries because he can't live without Katniss. Okay, don't get it twisted. All right, let's wrap it up here because this video is getting long and I don't want it to be too super long. In summary, Katniss and PETA, ship them, man. Ship them. God, incredible stuff. You can't help but love PETA, and you can't help but love Katniss and feel bad for Katniss. So those two together, fuck Gale, man. Get him out the picture, okay? Also, the book is paced perfectly, okay? Suzanne Collins has paced this thing so good. Fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, okay? It's so good. Okay, and then if you want to see the next two, I'm going to do them. Let me know in the comments, leave a like, tweet at me, whatever you want to do, okay? That's going to wrap it up here for the Hunger Games. If you liked the video, make sure you drop a like, share the video, because us book nerds got to stick together, man. Follow me on Twitter if you're not followed, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Later.